Hello, everyone. Another Friday morning, and as you can see, I'm still in Milwaukee. Uh, I get to go home tomorrow, anxiously looking forward to getting home after being away for a couple of weeks. I'm happy to report that I went to a weigh-in last night. I had other commitments. Unfortunately, I couldn't stay, but I lost a pound this week, so I think that's a great win for being on the road and still be able to find some of that balance that we all need to stay on track. A while back ago, I had asked if what you folks wanted for me to talk about on these Friday morning chats, and as I was scrolling through the comments, somebody had mentioned about talking about binge eating or binge cycling, and I must admit that there's times where I get caught up into a binge cycle where I'm doing really well, and just all of a sudden it just seems that things get out of control. And what I try to do is maybe go outside, grab an extra bottle of water, just count to 10, and just try to figure out what kind of trigger set me off. And it really does go back to trying to stay in control and keep that balance in our lives. And I'll just let other folks kind of send in their comments on that, on what they do to try to break the cycle. And I think it all happens. I think it happens to all of us. Excuse me. A little tired after being on the road for 2 weeks. But I'm sitting today in what's called the Tops History Room, and if we want to find topics to talk about, it's kind of interesting. I mean, from here I can see the picture taken in 1948 where Mrs. Manns did her first weigh-ins. That's the picture that's in Life magazine. So it's very inspiring. Where we look back and we can see that in 1953, Mrs. Manns was offered $1 million to sell tops. And I'm told in 1953, $1 million probably went a lot further than it goes today. And in 1955 is when we had our first Canadian chapter. Weight Watchers came on the scene in 1963. And it goes on and on. And I don't want to read every card off the wall, but it just goes to show that things progress. Things are always moving, and I would dare say what we've gone through in this past 6-7 months, we're going to be progressing from this. We've learned a lot. I think we've learned a lot about our individual self, and I think we've learned a lot about our organization. So, it's a history room, but it also shows that time does not stand still, and we're constantly learning. Just going back to what we were talking a moment ago about binge eating and things of that nature. So I'm waiting for some folks to possibly comment and maybe share some thoughts. I haven't seen any comments yet, and I sometimes wonder if I don't see anything, if maybe I'm not broadcasting. But I'll keep on going, and maybe somebody will pop in, or I'll be doing this again. And it wouldn't be surprised me if I probably pushed the wrong button, because, like I said, we accomplished a lot in the 2 weeks since I've been at headquarters. So I just want to know how your days go. There, hey, somebody, yes, I'm getting out there. Thank you, Carol. Oh, and hi, Lisa. Yes, okay, here we go. Maybe it's because I'm on Central Time and I'm used to being on Eastern Time. I don't know what's going on, but now everybody is popping in. Good. I feel now I have more support, that I'm connected. This is this is great. So I thank you for chiming in. Yes, this history room is amazing. I can't get my hands do. Oh, I get my hands doing other things. That's a stop. The binge eating. Yes, that's right. Try to distract yourself, on that. Well, now that I know for sure that I'm being transmitted out into Tops Nation, I just wanted to kind of let people know that I'm realizing that there are some questions out there, and I was able to resolve a few of those questions, and you'll be getting the information through the coordinators shortly as I get back with the service program administrators early next week. 3 more months left in the year, and this is I'll be glad when it's over. But I do want to point out that I'm very pleased to see the virtual recognitions that are taking part all across Tops Nation, acknowledging our winners from way back to 2019. Remember 2019? We might say that was a great year, and we've had some great success stories out of that year. So that's good. And so, I mean, I was able to pop on a couple of the recognition events, and I've received some invites on a few more, and I'll do my best to join those. And we are looking for ways to share those across Tops Nation if you want to look at them, because you might want to know what's going on in other parts of the world. So that's great, and we'll be working on that. This week, I know they just finished up the next issue of Tops News that will be going out for the November and December issue. That'll be great. And I can't believe, but there'll be a meeting later on this morning to start talking about the January-February issue and the March-April issue. That is sometimes a hard concept to get on what we want to put into Tops News when we're writing it today and realizing you're going to be reading it in a couple of months. I can answer a question right now to those of you who have wondered why we haven't put that much about COVID-19 in Tops News. It's because the situation changes so much on a weekly and monthly basis that what we would put in print today, and by the time you get it, it could change. So we're using the Tops website to do our best to keep you folks updated and getting information to the coordinators that they can hand down on you. And that's going to relate all to COPS weigh-ins, end of year weigh-ins, whether or not you'll be able to meet by the end of the year. All that has been discussed this week, and we'll be getting that information out to you. So as I looked at comments coming in, and I was wondering if I was all alone here, this is what I call a catch-all discussion, because I didn't really have anything planned. I just came into the room, plopped the laptop in, turned the camera on, and say, okay, let's go. So that's where I'm at. I kind of feel here, which shoulder? There we go. I kind of feel somebody's watching over me, and that's probably a good feeling. But it's hard sometimes to put in words, and I know for those of you who know me well, I'm not really a loss for words. But again, as I mentioned last week when I was in Mrs. Mann's garden and now here, it is sometimes overwhelming. And it just reminds me that we're all just part of the bigger equation, and that if we all stick together, once again, no matter what is thrown our way, we can handle just about anything. I like to close with, I did post something on Facebook on my personal page that I was trying to get another account so that I could just have more family and friends and share personal things and not have it all go to Tops Nation. And I did that, for a reason, because there's so many of you on the site that in the way it works, things get buried, and I wasn't seeing stuff from my high school friends, and they wanted to know what I was doing and stuff, and we get into conversations. And I guess I want to caution everybody to be real careful when you're on Facebook, whether you're trying to give advice on your health from your healthy journey, and which is great. We want to share everything, but remember, we all tend to pick up what we need and make our own plan. But whether it's politics or religion or what's going on in the country, let's make sure that we're real careful and be respectful when we're on Facebook, and that everybody's opinions matter, but we're not going to always agree on everything. So I just wanted to know, that's why I did that, and I've got another Facebook page, and already I think I'm regretting it, because you think you can make an honest comment or opinion, and people take it the wrong way. So I think this way, advice I can do, and I'm kind of like leading this through with my blogs as we look at the stars for answers, that we have to just be careful in our own lives, and we're responsible for ourselves. And no matter what anybody says, you know where you're at, and that's what's the most important thing. Again, whether it's on your weight loss journey or anything you do in life. I think probably the biggest lesson I ever learned when I joined Tops in 2002, because I'll let you folks know I am a totally different person now than I was before I joined Tops, is that it matters on how we conduct ourselves in our lives, and it matters what we say and how we say things. And to drive this point home, we all know we've all been challenged with this disease of obesity. And when you are the large size, we've heard the comments. We know how words can hurt. So we should take that lesson and realize that we need to be careful, because our words could hurt other people. And I learned that a long time ago, and it was really driven home when I joined Tops. So let's keep this a safe zone, and help each other out. And I cannot believe, as I look at the time, I've gone a lot longer than I ever have. And I guess that's because I didn't have a plan this morning. So, again, live from the history room of Tops Club Incorporated headquarters, this has been another Friday morning chat, and I'll see you all next week from Maine.